Howdy, been working on a few things. I will show you here, overhead. Change now. Alright, you probably saw, if you look at my stuff, that I have a small show going at Canal180 in Porto, Portugal, and these are flipbook things that I made for that. These printouts that I made, and they print out 20 on a sheet. So in this case, they go in a grid. Here, you can show it. There. And you print them out. You color them. These squares sort of flipping around and such. You can color them with purpose, with no purpose. It'll animate regardless. When cutting them out, it's easiest to use an X-Acto knife and a straight edge ruler sort of thing. You can use scissors. If you use scissors, I would say cut them out individually, because when I tried to cut these as stacks, I ended up with these inconsistencies, and the flipbook doesn't flip super well. In case of one that is cut well, I keep tapping them this way because getting an even outer edge is helpful for flipping, and if you're having trouble with that, you can even lean it a little bit so that you get this angled edge. And if you make more than one, you can stack them together because it's a loop, so it'll animate one into the other. That show is on display at Canal180 Portugal until May 9th, and I think it's all day long. At the very least, you can view through the outside windows. What else have I been working on? Making boxes for these other little flip books. Boxes are pretty solid, easy enough to assemble. This is what it looks like when it's flattened out, not assembled. I was able to find somebody to send me tear tape. Tear tape is this stuff. It's thin plastic sheet, which is good for tearing things open. I got this from Seal Strip. I reached out to some various companies, packaging companies. These people are based in Pennsylvania, and I reached out and they were like, sure, we can just send you a sample. So they actually sent me 2 rolls, one a little bit larger and a slightly different material. I don't know enough to discern between the two. I just opted for the thinner one. It functions pretty well. This is a test one, and the tear is pretty clean. These assemble, and I haven't sealed this one off yet because this is just a test guy, but I've been cutting out and prepping some of this stuff. It just is glued together, and then I leave the one edge open so that I can come back, put it in, and then glue it all down. My favorite outcome for putting a design onto this was using airbrush. Airbrush works pretty well. I'm not set on this color, but it adheres well to the surface. It's nice for this glossy sort of look about it, and it just feels a little bit better. It's below the tear mark so that when it does tear, you have something like this. This one looks fine at a distance. This is using a matte paper, just like a standard printer sort of texture about it. But if you look up close at this, less appealing. It reminds me of school projects, things that were like test dummies printed in college on similar paper, except oftentimes that would be laser, and this is inkjet. Third thing that I was messing with is this bad boy. 7 different versions of this animation stacked together. I was messing with different paper, different lengths, and this one has probably the best feel out of any of them that I came across. But you can see it just sort of keeps going. There's this, that, and the other. If you want your own version of this printout, link is in my bio, and it works best if you cut it out on cardstock because it flips better than if you have it printed on standard printer paper. These things are still resolving a little bit, and yeah, thanks. Adios.